Hi there, my name is Matt Cole, co-producer of the Sexperts podcast, along with my good friend Brian Garrity. Before I begin, I just want to give a huge thanks to our guest during this episode, Patrick C. Taylor of the Naro Expanded Video. Patrick is a good friend of ours and a wonderful improviser. You can see him performing regularly at the Push Comedy Theater. And speaking of which, I want to remind you that coming up this week is so exciting because it's the Norfolk Comedy Festival. So get your tickets online at norfolkcomedyfestival.com. On September 15th at 7 p.m., you can catch Andy Livengood in his show Andy Has Friends, as well as The Pushers with a special guest monologist, Terry O'Quinn of Lost, as well as a double treble show, which is musical improv. Then at 9 p.m., you can catch two great out-of-town acts. First off, you can catch Mark Kindle and his one-man show, The Magic Negro and Other Blackness. He hails from Atlanta's Dad's Garage Theater Company and High Wire Comedy. Also at 9, you can catch The Reformed Horrors, who hail from New York City. They describe themselves as if Dolly Parton and Flight of the Conchords got drunk and had a baby. I can't wait to see all these shows coming up at the Norfolk Comedy Festival, and if you want to, go online, get tickets at norfolkcomedyfestival.com. Without further ado, everything you're about to hear is made up on the spot, so please enjoy this exciting episode of The Sexperts.
Turn on your computer, dial up the web, download some information into your head. It's Dr. John and Delilah, they're having a great time. It's simply true, we're the Sexperts.
And we're recording, and intro music, and hi there. Welcome to the Sexperts podcast. I am your host, Dr. John T. Elanese, CPM.
And I'm Delilah Haydare, inventor of the tandem unicycle.
Absolutely, and I heard that's doing well, but I just want to remind our listeners, we are the Sexperts, and that's an elision of two words. Go ahead, Brian.
Sex.
Delilah.
Sex and experts.
God, I keep accidentally calling you Brian sometimes because I know that's your middle name.
Delilah Brian Haydare.
That's right. Okay. So sex and experts. And between us, we have about 12 inches of penis and 32 years of experience in sex.
And that's not broken down equally.
We won't tell you that. I already told you Delilah's middle name. We won't go further than that. And we're talking about a lot of controversial topics in modern sexuality, romance, sex, pleasure, fun.
Yeah, things that sometimes people come out and protest against.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We create a safe space.
A safe space, yeah.
For healthy, intelligent, thoughtful conversation.
A safe sex space. Do they have that yet? A safe sex space?
I have a
on
sign,
college campuses?
I have a sign out front of my house. It says that. Yeah.
Good. And actually, our top of the day isn't safe sex space. That would have been good, though. But we'll use that for next one. Write that one down. But today is our topic of the day is what's so weird about sexbots? What's so weird about sexbots? Sexbots are the future of sex tech. And there's a lot of stigma attached to it.
There is. Yeah. And, Radio Shack plays a big role in all that. So we'll get to all that.
Absolutely. And speaking of Radio Shack, we're actually currently coming to you live from an abandoned Blockbuster video. And right next door is a Radio Shack.
Soon to be abandoned.
Soon to be abandoned as well.
Kmart across the street.
Yeah. I think all they sell at the Radio Shack now is batteries.
We're basically in a strip mall from the 80s that just never kept up with the times.
And speaking of keeping up with the times, let's keep up. We actually have a great guest on the show today.
I'm excited.
And he came to us kind of desperate, but he's here now, so let's give him an opportunity.
Most of our guests do.
Are pretty fucking desperate. So hi there. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Neddie McGuffin.
Neddie McGuffin.
Neddie McGuffin. Mm-hmm. I'm the world's most rewritten screenwriter.
Rewritten
screenwriter.
Yeah, and so that desperation is oozing out your pores right now. So talk to us about like what happened. Why do you get rewritten so much, man, dude?
Bro.
Hombre. I've really been trying hard.
Yeah.
To get my name on the credits. I want my mother to know that I'm successful, but she died a few years ago.
I'm so sorry. What'd she die of?
She fell off a cliff.
God, that happens to the best of us, doesn't it?
On purpose?
She might have jumped.
Dude,
Oh no. So when you say rewritten, is it like, your script is like done and they do the script and they're like, I don't like this name. It sounds dirty, like Neddie McGuffin, or like the actual script. Oh, did I say McGriffin? Or the actual script gets rewritten?
It's the script.
Okay.
I'm quite prolific, but I get rewritten so vastly that there's nothing left to put my name to.
How much rewriting do they do on your stuff?
I'd say it's vastly different by the time I'm done.
So can you give us an example here?
I can give you. I wrote Casablanca.
You wrote Casablanca.
I wrote the original version of Casablanca.
So so for those, Delilah, please walk us through the so what we know as Casablanca, the movie.
Well, this is what I know. It takes place in Morocco.
Yeah.
That was true of my version.
There's a piano playing.
Yeah, Sam played against Sam, right?
Played against Sam.
Yeah.
And there's a love story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And somebody has to leave, and somebody doesn't want to go. It's hard.
Yeah. So did you have any of that?
I had a little bit of that. I had the guy playing piano, and then he took the piano wire out from the piano and hung himself with it.
You know, and I can see that being a classic too. It's like, or maybe it would have been even more of a classic than what we know of right now.
Not all movies have to be as pick me up like Casablanca.
Now, the famous line in Casablanca at the end there is, "Here's looking at you, kid." Right? Was that a Eddie McGriffin?
That was actually said by one of the Nazis.
McGuffin.
Before he shot.
What is it? Neddie
McGuffin.
McGuffin.
McGuffin, yeah.
That was said by one of the Nazis?
Yeah, before he shot a kid.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Yeah. And
Ein Volk, ein Reich, ein Führer.
That was scary.
You would have been good for the part.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm very old.
You don't look a day or 32.
I'm 138 at this point.
And I hear you also wrote The African Queen.
I did write The African
Oh my
Queen.
God.
My script was rejected.
There was a Latin American king.
They really changed
was.
that one.
It was a Latin American king.
Oh golly.
He was a despot. There were a lot of sacrifices, once again, of children. And they said they wanted a love story. And
Oh, my God.
He loved sacrificing children. I didn't understand what the objection was.
Well, I want to hear more about this, but speaking of despot, we want to get to our topic of the day, which is what's so weird about sexbots? So despots are despotic robots, but sexbots are sexual robots. Yeah.
This whole topic of robots has me nervous because I've been reading like the guy who invented that car, the electric car.
Tesla?
Tesla.
He didn't really invent it, did he?
I don't know, but he says
He perfected it.
He says artificial intelligence needs to be stopped now because it's dangerously close
So why aren't we?
to taking over our entire race. Or,
Species.
species. Thank you. Like, it's going to just take out the white people.
I mean, that's true. I mean, I wrote about that when I wrote the original draft of Toy Story.
What? Talk to us about that.
They just didn't want to go with it. I mean, when Woody was
I always knew
in,
Woody was fucked up.
Yes, and when Woody climbed into the chamber, the president's chambers, and slit his throat.
Oh, God.
Carried his head out onto the balcony and threw it into the rose garden. I felt this was something that was going to inspire children.
Oh, my God. Who was the president at that time? Was it Clinton or Bush? Bush 2? Who was that?
Harrison?
And William Henry Harrison.
It was. I wrote this a long time ago.
He was president just for the opening weekend.
Oh, wait. You wrote this? You wrote Toy Story, the original draft,
I wrote
a long time ago.
A lot of my films were written long
That's why all
before
the
they
toys
were
are so
produced.
old school.
That's right.
Who plays with the astronauts anymore? Nobody gives a shit about astronauts.
So you probably got really close to having your original script, and then it lapsed into like public domain, and they're just like, oh, let's dust off this piece of shit and change it. And I hate that. Like they're redoing like all the Universal monsters now. They're doing. Tom Cruise was in that fucking not Frank Mummy.
The Mummy. Yeah, I wrote the original version of The Mummy.
I got my hands on an original script of "It's a piece of shit life, and you should probably kill yourself."
that was mine.
They left that one scene in though.
They did leave that one scene in. Yeah, that was the end of the movie. I don't understand why they need to just leave it there. It was perfect,
my
and then
God.
I read it to my kids every Christmas. We don't turn on the television.
Actually, we went through a few scripts that night. I was there, and we went through the original Terminator draft. The guy just killed Sarah Connor, and we're done.
he was a very successful Terminator. I thought he was the hero of that story. I was looking forward to Terminator 2 when he then brought her back to life to murder her son.
And then they went on vacation and just had a good time.
It was Yeah, just a bunch of Terminators relaxing on the beach, having a good time, falling in love. It was a love story between two robots.
Well, speaking of love story between two robots, I do want to talk about what's so weird about Sexbots, because usually...
What's so weird about peace, love, and understanding?
Do you like... That's a song, right?
Yeah, well, everyone's so pro-war nowadays.
Most people, yeah.
Throwing their junk around, wanting to step up the talk.
I mean, this is why I've written so many war films. It seems like people really... I wrote the original draft of Saving Private Ryan. Of course, in my version, the Nazis won.
Losing Private Ryan?
Yeah, Losing Private Ryan. I mean, he was taken out in the very first scene.
Oh.
Yeah, he was executed along with his brothers. They all held each other and cried.
It's one of those fucking movies where it's like, get to the guy, man. You know, you spend so much time getting to the guy, and it's like the guy is Matt Damon. It's like the story of my life.
You know what movie I love? Because it tells you exactly what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Like, there's no surprises. Yeah. You signed up for this. Yeah. We bought a zoo. Damn if they don't buy a zoo.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't buy a zoo.
My version was we tried to buy a zoo, but we couldn't afford it.
We tried, we failed, and now the family's
It was a man with
out.
a dream that was never achieved.
That's the kind of thing that Hollywood need. They need to market to blue collar workers who can't afford a zoo. You know,
I feel like we need it when we post this on when we release it. Probably need to have a spoiler warning. There's a lot of spoilers in this show.
Now we talked a lot about movies, and you are a writer. Have you ever written anything else, like songs? Like, what's so funny about?
I wrote the original version of What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding.
Must have been why it was in my head.
Yeah, but I explained in great detail what was so funny about those things. I mean, there truly is no purpose to peace or love or understanding. I feel like these are all failings in the human soul, and that
they're practically slapstick.
When our robot overlords inevitably overtake us.
You know what we haven't done in a long time? You're getting that look in your eye?
From your imagination?
Segments of my imagination.
Segments of your imagination.
So we are... Yeah, intro me.
Segments of his imagination. That's a segment, bitch.
Yeah, so we haven't done this in a long time, which I think we got a lot of emails to bring it back, so that's the only reason why I'm doing it. Since we're in an abandoned Blockbuster, I'm going to pick up a movie right off of the floor here, and I'm going to read kind of a little bit of a blurb off of it, and you guys guess what that movie is, okay?
Oh my God, this is going to be great.
Whoever gets it. Let's have a bell here, too. You want to ring in? All right, here we go. All right.
I'm just going to test it.
There we go. That's the bell. All right, I'm going to pick up this one. Don't look. Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger. And
this must be Saving Christmas. Something about Christmas. There must be a crazy Christmas.
There must be a crazy Christmas. You got it. All right. Good job. All right. That's 1-0. Get in there, Neddie. All right, here we go.
I was just thinking about when I wrote the original version of There's Something Crazy About Christmas.
Well, just put your thinking cap off here.
When the Nazis stormed the North Pole.
Here we go. Okay. Mary Steenburgen and Ned Beatty star in this hilarious cross... Yeah?
Yeah, Ned Beatty. Yeah. I was actually named after Ned Beatty. My mother had an affair with Ned Beatty.
Okay, did you have an answer there?
Didn't tell my father.
Do you have an answer there, Ned? I know you're 138.
I've never met Ned Beatty.
Would you like to steal, Delilah?
Fame.
That is Fame.
Forever.
Fame, I Want to Live Forever, which is not the musical.
Ned Beatty, if you're out there.
Dad.
My mother's dead. You're the only person who can possibly restore any bit of joy in my life.
You do resemble him. All right, let me pick up this one. Ooh, this one's kind of crusty. Let me hear it. Okay. Dinosaurs are back in this hilarious adventure with the...
Okay, so in the original version of Jurassic Park...
Okay, well, you got the answer.
It was the dinosaurs who built a park where humans were the attraction.
But you want to steal, Delilah?
Dinosaur Jr.
Dinosaur Jr., that's what we're looking for there. That's a classic book, and...
I didn't like the book. Love the movie.
Ned, we usually let the guest win, but you're not doing very well, so Delilah's jumping in there. But here we go. You can steal it. Here, let's have this one be the last one, and this is for all the points. Here we go. Babies everywhere. Babies everywhere. Here come the babies. Yeah, Ned.
Again, that was my original version of Saving Private Ryan. There were just babies all over the Normandy beach.
Oh, God. Yes.
Baby's Day Out.
Baby's Day Out. Yeah, that's what we're looking for, Ned. I'm sorry, but actually, Delilah won 5-0.
It's hard to beat me on movie trivia.
I'm used to failure in my life.
Oh, God.
Not me. Not with my latest invention.
You know what I want to do? There's a bucket of paint right over there. This is an abandoned Blockbuster. It's time that we rewrite something to have your name on it, okay?
Ooh.
You already thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Breaking 3.
What? Breaking the no. What is that?
Well, there's Breaking.
Yeah.
Breaking 2, The Electric Boogaloo.
But then I wrote the original draft of Breaking 3. Breaking 3, Syphilitic Boogaloo.
Syphilitic boogaloo. Which you can't get STDs from robots, which, yeah, the topic of the day. But the thing I want to mention is we're gonna get a tall ladder. We're going to paint over the sign Blockbuster with the words Ned McGuffin.
I suppose that's close
That's
enough.
a bit of a typo there.
What?
McGuffin.
Yeah, Ned McGuffin. Yeah, Ned McGuffin. How about it? And then you'll have something that if your poor mother, maybe the ghost of your mother is here, she can look at it and be like, oh, he did one thing in his life.
Can we just throw the sign over the cliff after my mother?
That's more inventive.
I mean, she's still down there on the rocky shoals. They haven't bothered to clean her up. I figure we can just, this will keep the crabs from picking at her at this point.
I have it on good authority that the only way to get a message through to Warren Beatty, he's very homebound nowadays.
We're back on Warren Beatty now, aren't we?
He's very homebound nowadays. The only way to get a message to him is skywriting. So what if we raised money? Yeah.
Warren Beatty has slept with most women. My mother was the one who slept with Ned Beatty instead.
Oh, Ned Beatty.
Ned Beatty.
Well, same thing goes for him.
I mean,
what if we hired a skywriter?
Wait, which Beatty are you?
I did not take my father's name.
Oh, I thought you were Ned Beatty. Anyway, keep going. Skywriting.
Just right on the sky above his house, you have a son. He's going to come looking for who wrote that.
But what if everybody within a 50-mile radius comes looking for that?
We'll put an arrow right down to the house.
Is that how skywriting works?
Yeah, you can be very specific.
Was that one of your jobs?
We can't be more specific.
Yeah, I skywrote back in the 70s.
Oh, we didn't talk about you're really successful. What are you doing this week?
I invented a tandem unicycle because
I just got that.
I saw so many lonely clowns and hipsters unicycling around by themselves with their loved ones.
Aren't hipsters just lonely clowns themselves?
Yes. But not anymore, because thanks to my tandem unicycle, if you manage to find a girlfriend, you can put her right there on your unicycle.
What do you call it? What do you call this tandem unicycle?
The tuna cycle.
Speaking of cycles, I just want to let you know I wrote the original version of Back to the Future with the time loop, but there was no time loop. He just went back and fucked his mother and disappeared.
Did you name Biff?
I did name Biff.
Not the most creative name.
No, that's a good name. I like it.
That's the one thing that remained. That's
they kept the name.
That's the one thing in all the screenplays I've ever written that's actually made it to the screen.
The name remains the same.
It's a Led Zeppelin album, right?
Zozo. Listen, speaking of Zozo, which I don't know why it makes me think of it, it's a weird name. So what's so weird about Sexbots? That's the movie Austin Powers, which I know gets a bad rap. I like the movie, but they have those fembots in there. They're kind of close, but
people are judgy about anything that you feminize nowadays.
Doctor
Who,
right? Yeah.
Me.
I know. For some reason, whenever I see with Dr. John and Delilah, they think it's like a male and female sort of like Regis and Kathy Lee sort of thing. It's not.
People get really mad that there should not be female Sexperts.
I wrote the original version of Regis and Kathy Lee, by the way.
I didn't know it was
written.
It's not fictional.
I mean, that's all scripted. You understand. Every morning, I write a version of it, and then someone comes in and rewrites me. I've yet to get an episode of Regis and Kathy Lee.
Well, you brought one of your earlier scripts here, and it's great because Dr. John does a great Regis impression. So he can read these original scripts.
I could finally hear
what your actual words would have sounded like coming out of Regis.
All right, here we go. Hi there, I'm Regis Philbin, and I'm gonna kill this puppy. Let's kill it. And then he kills a puppy. That's it?
That's good morning television.
I've never heard more beautiful words.
Thank you.
I can read the Kathy Lee part of it.
Okay, let's go. There's actually there's a back page. Here we go. So I'll do the front, you do the back. Okay. Hi, I'm Regis Philbin, and here's a puppy, and I'm going to kill this puppy. Let's kill it.
Oh, Regis, you're so silly. I love puppies.
And then it says Regis takes a gun out and shoots Kathy Lee in the head. Okay.
Again, Regis?
I have a gun.
Oh, she's not dead. Oh, wait, there's another side to the script.
I'm calling Frank. I'm getting Frank. He's going to get you, Regis.
I've already killed him, and he's under the floorboards of this here studio.
Well, then Cody's coming after your ass.
That was actually fun, and they rewrote it for all that. It has bite.
Well, I've submitted
it has heart.
that exact script every morning for the last 16 years.
Oh,
and the
God.
first guest was Enya. That's odd.
Enya.
She doesn't really talk a lot.
Oh, man. It sucks not being successful. I wouldn't know because I have a successful podcast, but writing's hard, isn't it? I can see where you're failing.
We don't have video here, but Dr. John's making it rain, as he says. We have a successful podcast.
Speaking of making it rain, there's actually a huge leak in this abandoned Blockbuster, and we should probably get out of here. We're going to get flooded out. So thank you so much for coming here. And you can sleep another night on my couch.
If
but
you don't
really,
mind, I'm just going to stay here and allow myself to be drowned by this sealed
better.
water.
Yeah, my wife was kind of telling me to get you out of the house. So
I mean, don't you have a SAG card?
Do you?
I burned it for warmth.
Okay. Well, that's it for the Sexperts today. I am your host, Dr. John T. Alanese, CPM.
And I'm Delilah Haydair, and make sure to do all your Christmas shopping this year at tunacycle.com.
Ned Beatty, if you're out there, please. I need some reason to live.
See you sex time.
Da-da-to-do, it's simply true, we're the Sexperts.
That's our show. If you like what you heard and you think it was worth $1, join the official Sexperts fan club at patreon.com/Sexperts podcast. A special thanks to the Push Comedy Theater and all of our supporters. Bye-bye.